Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. Let's talk Married at First Sight Season 15, San Diego, Episode 13, The Ugly Truth. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video. Help me out with this algorithm, y'all. And then hop into the comment section so we can talk about everything that happened on tonight's episode. Before we get started, a huge thank you to everybody that wished me a happy birthday. Super, super, super appreciated. Way more likes and stuff than I thought. A thank you to Eileen for the super thanks. A thank you to those of you that sent the Cashapps and the PayPals. Super appreciate that. Somebody sent me a Starbucks gift card. I love coffee. I love Starbucks. So thank you to everybody for all the love I got yesterday on my birthday. Let's talk about these foods, okay? All right, so let's talk Stacia and Nate. All right. So starts off with them meeting up with Pastor Cal. Pastor Cal wants to know basically if they have said "I love you" yet. Like, are we there yet? Because Pastor Cal only cares about if y'all are humping. Now the fact that he knows that y'all are doing that, now we got to now we got to build a foundation for the marriage. Okay. So Stacia said that she has feelings of loving him, even through the bad times. So she, basically she thinks that she loves him, and she has said it. Nate has not told her that he loves her back, but he said he told her that he admired her. I told her just the other night, I admire her. I made sure she knew that. He said that admiration ties into love, so therefore, basically, like he's doing a lot of talking in circles. But basically, Nate is not there yet. He doesn't love her just yet, and I feel like that's fine because we're in like week 5 or week 6 of the marriage. So it shouldn't be a lot of pressure, because if they were just dating normally, it wouldn't be this whole, oh, why don't you love me just yet type of situation, right? So Pastor Cal asked him, okay, so like, have you ever found yourself getting ready to say it and then you don't? And he was like, yeah, a couple of times. And basically it comes down to him saying that he stops himself from saying I love you because he doesn't want to fall in love and ultimately get hurt. And I guess I get tired of hearing people say this on this show in particular, because you come into this to get married. So for me, it's troubling for me. It's hard for me to wrap my mind. It's a gnat in here. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that you're coming into a marriage, a pre-made marriage where it's a stranger, but you don't want to fall in love with that person because what if I get hurt? So then why are you on the show? What was the purpose of signing up to go through this process? That's what I would really, I really want the experts and Kevin Frazier to ask these people this. It's one thing to say that you're nervous about it, but to say I don't tell her I love her because I don't want to get hurt, because, and it's like, to me it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. So Stacia, Pastor Cal is saying, well, let's move on. Let's talk about. They get on the subject of cheating somehow, and Pastor Cal asked Nate, has he ever been cheated on? And he said not that he knows of. I mean, could be, because he was trying to see if that is kind of where the issue of like not wanting to fall in love is coming from. Is that where the pain is coming from? Is that where this fear is coming from? He then turns to Stacia. Stacia, have you been cheated on? She said yes. And he said, but you've never done any cheating. She said, oh no, I've cheated. She said it so matter-of-factly and nonchalantly. Oh no, I've cheated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like that dropped her some notches in Nate's book. And here's the thing. Stacia said it was over 10 years ago. Stacia is 37 now, so she said 10 plus years. So she was in her early 20s when it happened. She's a complete different person than she was in her early 20s, okay? She's a complete different person. So Nate said that he's disappointed because he sees her as this great woman and cheating is not a great thing. No, Nate is disappointed because Nate saw her as this trophy wife. Nate saw Stacia as this like great crystal ball of a trophy wife where she makes all this money. She's pretty. She takes care of herself. She has her own home. She has all these degrees. She's very accomplished. So she has all this stuff going for her, but she cheated. So it taints his vision of this perfect wife that he saw in her. Even though it has nothing to do with them recently, even though it's not as if she did it, even though it's not as if she did it recently, like it's not the relationship before, it didn't ruin a marriage, something in her early 20s. It could have been even when she was like in college or something. So Stacia is now wondering if the next time that she shares something about herself, if she's going to get judged for it. So then Pastor Cal asks, like, why do you need to know every single thing about her? I feel like cheating on a partner in your early 20s is not something that you necessarily need to share with your now husband 10 plus years later. But again, it's tainted Nate. It's tainted his image of her. On top of the fact that, like I've told y'all before, Nate is in this solely to be a power couple. Nate didn't come in this for love. He didn't come in as looking for a spouse and a partner and all this other stuff. Nate came in as looking for someone to have a power couple relationship with, so that they can build upon and expand wealth and stuff like that, which is all great. But there has to be some love in your marriage as well. And I just don't think that Nate came into this process for that reason. Because I don't think Stacia did either. Stacia came into this process because she wants a baby. And she doesn't want to have a baby out of wedlock. She wants to have a baby with her husband. So later, Nate meets up with Stacia's cousin and her friend. And he said that they have their challenges. Like recently, he like kind of judged her for cheating in the past. He said that kind of messes up his algorithm, and now he's a little more biased towards her because he didn't expect her to do something like that. He also mentioned that he sees a lot of her past hurt has come into this relationship now, so he's trying to really navigate through that. He said, but they are still getting to learn each other, still getting kind of, flesh each other out a little bit. He wants to enjoy the process. Nate is very laid back about the process. He wants to sit back and chill and enjoy it, see what happens as it comes. Stacia, on the other hand, is somebody that wants to go in. We got to hit these milestones. We got to cross these benchmarks. This has to be done by this amount of time. This has to be done by this period of time. And when you don't get to that particular milestone, she kind of freaks out a little bit and she doesn't know how to worry or how to deal with it. Her friends tell him, look at it as a good way. You're going to get to know a lot about her very, very soon. So, look at it as a positive. But Nate said that his learning curve isn't there for him to have all this stuff spit out at him so suddenly to the point where now he's feeling like he's in a relationship boot camp. And the last thing that Stacia should want him to feel like is that she's pressuring him so much that he's not happy anymore. And I don't know if Stacia is noticing that, but that's definitely the point where Nate is getting. You're doing too much too soon. You're doing too much too soon. So he admits that he's worried that he won't be able to live up to what is going to make her happy. And it's because Stacia is putting an incredible amount of pressure on him. So Stacia, on the flip, meets up with some of Nate's friends. Stacia is happy to work through like the conflicts that they're having. So she's happy that they're having them because it's teaching them how to kind of work through these issues and these conflicts together. She said that Nate won't say I love you to her, and that troubles her because, she doesn't want to be in a loveless marriage. His friend said that he's known Nate for over 15 years, and he's never heard him say I love you to anybody that wasn't like a family member. So Stacia takes that to be, oh, well, y'all have never seen him in a serious relationship. So in her eyes, you're 35, never been in a serious relationship. He doesn't know what she's assuming he does not know what love is. His friends are saying he just needs more time for him to realize that you have his front and his back, that you're down for him, pound for pound, 10 toes down, that you're super, super down for him. And the fact that Stacia is like kind of rushing this along is probably kind of without her realizing it, or without Nate realizing it, is pushing him further and further away. She said, that's cool and all, but I don't want to be in a loveless marriage. She thinks that he's just very defensive. She said that when they meet with the experts and they're giving them different exercises to try, different tools on what they can do to, open up their intimacy, open up their emotional connection, that he's very defensive on doing it. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to take their advice. And his friends are like, oh, well, he just wants to follow his own path. She said, and that's fine, but we're a couple now. So it can't be me just kind of trying to regulate us all the time and him just doing whatever he wants to because he wants to follow his own path. And his friends were sitting there like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, because what she's saying makes sense. While she is pressuring him and pushing him a little too much, what she's saying makes sense. Everything can't just go the way that you want when we're a couple and we're in this marriage together. So there has to be some common ground with it. Later, when all the couples are hanging out together, Stacia said that, the experts are happy with Nate's growth. They're seeing some growth within their marriage. Things are going good with them. So let me know what you guys think about Stacia and Nate. How do you guys feel about Nate, like, judging her for cheating on a boyfriend over 10 plus years ago? Should that taint his image of her? Let me know what you guys think about that down below. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the next one.